Nebraska has been very aggressive in the transfer portal, to say the least. The Huskers have the 6th rated class in all of America. But with that success, there's been a lot of questions. So many Nebraska fans are asking, why is Nebraska being so aggressive? Why are they adding so many players? What does this mean for the 105 cap limit that's being implemented? It was just revealed Matt Rhule's end goal strategy, why he is going after so many new players. And to be completely honest with you, it is genius. So in today's video, I'm going to reveal what this strategy is, what this means for Nebraska's spring practice, competition, culture of the team, and why I believe Matt Rhule is ahead of the curve compared to every other college football program. So really quick, big time video talking about the portal. Hit that like button if you're fired up. Also, if you're a diehard Nebraska fan, you're unsubscribed, what are you waiting for? Listen, I post daily Husker football content, transfer portal updates you're going to get nowhere else. And over the past month, we've built the best family here in Husker YouTube, over 10,000 strong. So please join this family and hit that subscribe button. You'll be thanking yourself that you did. But without further ado, let's get into it, going over Matt Rhule's genius strategy for Nebraska in this transfer portal class. Now, when Matt Rhule got to Lincoln 2 years ago, he said that he was not going to be an aggressive in the transfer portal. He said that he was going to build this program the old school way, primarily through high school recruiting, and then he's going to supplement through the portal, only get about 5 or 6 guys every class. Nebraska blew that out of the water. With 16 portal commits already, they're expected to get 1 or 2 more. One of the most aggressive programs, not only in the Big Ten, but in America. Matt Rhule has completely reversed his position, and he recently addressed that. He said, yeah, I've rethought my stance. You've got to be aggressive in the transfer portal when it comes to modern day college football. That's how you're successful. It's part of the game. You've got to adapt. You've got to adapt to survive. So Matt Rhule understands how important the transfer portal is. However, he's even went over the top. I don't think anybody expected Nebraska to get 16 additions. And a lot of people are asking why. The reason why is Nebraska is going to conduct spring practice like an NFL minicamp. Now, what does that mean? It means that nobody is safe and everybody is competing for a roster spot. Right now for Nebraska, there are 135 people on this roster. They have to cut this down to the summer by 105. They got to cut this down by 30. So what this means is throughout spring practice, nobody has earned a spot. And everybody is competing. Everybody's working hard. And at the end of this spring practice, Matt Rhule's going to have to sit down with 30 or so people and say, hey, you got to kick the curb. What does this mean for the transfer portal? Why are the Huskers being so aggressive? For example, in this DB room, there are 30 DBs for the Huskers. They've got to slim this down by probably 10 people. They brought in 4 transfers there. The reason why Nebraska is being so aggressive in this DB room is because there might be a DB they just picked up in the portal that might not actually be here by the fall. What does that mean, Wilson? Let's say Marquez Groves-Kilbrew, for example, coming in from Arizona, starting quarter there. Let's say he doesn't meet the 2 deep. Okay, nobody's owed anything. Sear Wright, who's a starting Nebraska corner last year, we have a brand new, defensive backs coach, Addison Williams. He does not know any of these guys. So it is an open competition in this DB room. Okay, anybody can earn anything. So let's say everybody's practicing during spring ball. We establish a depth chart. Marquez Groves-Kilbrew is now in that 2 deep. Nebraska is going to sit down and say, hey, Marquez, I know we brought you in December, but there just isn't a spot for you here. We wish you the best of luck. Go ahead and enter that transfer portal. So Nebraska is being so aggressive here. They're taking a bunch of transfers because there's no repercussions. You can load up this roster right now because there's an unlimited roster size until the summer, and it's basically going to be like a mini camp where you cut these guys. They might be old players. They might be brand new transfers, and then you tell them to move on. It is so incredibly genius. It's so genius. And you might say it hurts the players. It kind of does. It kind of screws over the players. Like, it sucks. I'm just throwing an example. Let's say Jameer Khan comes in, and Jameer Khan just isn't one of the, top 10 DBs in this room. You tell him to go. It sucks from a Jameer Khan standpoint. But from a Nebraska standpoint, this is business. And you're getting the best talent because of this. So the reason why Nebraska is being so aggressive and they're stacking these positions like DB, even though they already have a plethora of guys, is because they're going to cut a bunch of guys. Again, there might be a guy like, I know everybody loves Caleb Benning. Okay, Caleb Benning might be cut. There is a very real possibility. Addison Williams does not know Caleb Benning. Addison Williams did not recruit Caleb Benning. Okay, he owes nothing to Caleb Benning. The coaching staff has all the power here. The players have no power. The players, however, they need to earn it. And that's what this whole culture is for Nebraska. It's earning it. Okay, if you want to be in this 105, you've got to earn it. Nobody's spot is safe right now. So the DB room specifically is something that I'm going to watch out for. I know people are asking questions. Why are we taking so many DBs? We already have a million. It's because nobody's job is safe. We might cut, for example, Malcolm Hartzog might be cut. That's a very real possibility where we say, you know, Malcolm, you're just not going to be on this too deep. We'd like to bring you around, but we'd rather have that roster spot for a younger player who's going to redshirt. You got to enter the portal, buddy. Like, there's a very real possibility. So I say all that to say this. Nebraska has been so aggressive in the portal. They're going after all of these guys to promote the competition that we're about to see in spring practice. This is going to be the craziest spring practice probably in the history of Nebraska football because we've got to make 30 cuts. And, you know, a lot of these guys, there's going to be scholarship guys that get cut. So it is going to be pretty fun to see what happens there. Again, it's an open competition for just about everybody. Nobody's owed anything, especially with this Addison Williams secondary, right? He controls it. I'm excited to see what happens there. And even going to this defensive line, right? Like, this defensive line is going to be a huge competition. What happens there with Jalen George? There's a real possibility where Jalen George, he doesn't break out. He's now that 3 deep. They say, hey, you're a junior. You might as well transfer too. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's a possibility with just about any of these guys. So, again, we've been so aggressive. We took 16 transfers in the portal, fully knowing that 100% of those guys will likely not be here by the fall. We might cut one of those guys. We might say, hey, you have to enter again. Nebraska's conducting this like a mini camp. Matt Rhule's been in the NFL before. Okay, he knows how this works. He's cut a lot of guys before, and he's being so smart by saying, hey, this is the last chance I'll ever have to have an unlimited size roster. I'm going to promote this. I'm going to go all out. I'm going to get 140 guys, and then I'm going to make some tough cuts from there. So I think this is an absolute genius strategy by Nebraska. Again, this is going to be a ridiculous spring ball. Just treat it like an NFL minicamp. Okay, like for example, in the NFL, you start off with 100 guys in your minicamp, and you have to cut that down to 54. Very similar to with Nebraska. You're going to have to make cuts. And I know, again, it's kind of taboo discussing cuts in college football. It's not taboo anymore. This is part of the sport. Part of the sport. So I'm excited the way that Matt Rhule's conducting this. Now, the big question is, Nebraska has been aggressive in the DB room. They've been aggressive on the defensive line. Why have they not been aggressive in the running back room? Well, I don't have an answer, at least not in this video. Watch out for that later this week. The running back room is a big concern. But it's very similar. It's an open competition. It's an open competition. And they're going to make a decision after the spring whether or not they should go after another guy. I think they will. Again, we'll talk about it in a later video. But again, just know that the reason why they've been so aggressive is it's an open competition. It's an NFL minicamp. There's going to be some tough cuts. There might be a transfer we take that leaves. There might be a young player that we took in last year's class that might leave. I'm excited. This is how good programs are successful. You got to make tough cuts. You have to have a culture of excellence, a culture of competition. Let's see what happens, man. But I wanted to make this video just to address why we've been so aggressive. This is the strategy. This is why they're doing it. In the summer, it goes down to 105. You got to make some tough cuts then. But I'm excited to see what happens in the spring. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts down below about Nebraska's strategy in the transfer portal. Hey, if you made this far in the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go be great. Go Matt Rhule. Also, let me know your wild card predictions for today, Sunday. Let me know your score prediction for the Commanders-Buccaneers game. Just let me know in the comment section. I want to know what you guys are thinking there. I'm a big Commanders fan, so let me know in the comment section. All right, guys, go big red and go Matt Rhule. See you in the next one.